Hello students, I'm Yuvakshi Grover from the team Lex Templum, and this video is specifically in relation to the specializations offered by Tier 2 and Tier 3 NLUs in the CLAT PG 2020. Before coming to the kinds of specialization and the seats available in individual colleges, it is important to note certain points. For team, the seat allocation for LLM is entirely different than UG seat allocation. UG seat allocation के case में everybody sits for a purpose to grab a seat. But in the case of LLM, the entire matrix is different. In LLM, that is PG entrance CLAT, people sit to grab a job in PSUs also. So some of the students who secure very good rank, all India very good ranks in a very good all India rank, they only sit to grab a seat, not to pursue LLM. So that is why the seat allocation for LLM is different as compared to the UG seat allocation. Now, as already analyzed by Lex Templum before, a student who is securing 45 plus will be able to crack a decent tier 2 NLUs, and 35 plus will be able to crack a decent tier 3 NLUs. Now, as analyzed by Lex Templum before, As analyzed by Lex Templum before, a student who will be securing 45 plus will be able to crack a decent tier 2 NLU, and a student who is securing 35 plus marks will be able to crack and secure a seat in tier 3 NLU. Now, this cutoff is specifically in relation to the provisional list which will be declared by the CLAT consortium in the counseling process. The cutoffs may vary in case of the vacancies arising in the individual universities at a later stage. Patience is the key. It is important to note here that the counseling process is lengthy and it involves many steps into it. So it is important for a student to be patient at this stage. Even after the completion of this entire counseling process, there will be vacancies in individual national law universities, and there you can secure a seat at the later stage also. So being patient in all this entire process of getting of your journey from being a student to getting a seat in a LLM program is lengthy and time taking, and you have to be patient and calm while you go through this phase. Coming to the specializations offered by different tier 2 and tier 3 national law universities, first is Hidayatullah National Law University. Hidayatullah National Law University this year is offering specialization in 5 fields. But till last year, there were only 3 fields available in HNLU. So HNLU has introduced two new areas where you can get your specialization in NLM, that is public law and technology law. Plus, there is one more important point to note here is that environmental law, HNLU is the first college amongst the list of all tier 1 and tier 2 NLUs who is offering specialization in the case of environmental law. No other NLU specifically offers a specialization in environmental law above HNLU in terms of ranking. The seats have also been increased in HNLU this year as compared to the seats available in HNLU in last year. So the chances of getting HNLU is higher as compared to last year because the seats have been increased and the terms and the offers in terms of specializations have also been modified this year. Next is Gujarat National University, Gandhinagar. It is GNLU. The cutoff of GNLU is sometimes is analyzed to be high because it offers many specializations. And after NLIU Bhopal, Constitution and Administrative Law specialization is offered by GNLU only. Specialization in constitutional and administrative law is preferred by many students because it is very helpful for the students who are preparing for any other competitive exams such as judiciary and other examinations. But the parody here is that in India, very less number of national universities offer specialization in constitutional law, and GNLU being one of them, this factor will affect the cutoff and the all India rank closing for GNLU this year. Another important point in case of GNLU is GNLU also offers specialization in sports law. No other national university in India offers specializations specifically in the case of sports law. The faculties of sports law are also very knowledgeable and have a very good profile in GNLU. So students prefer who have interest in sports law can definitely aim to get a seat in Gujarat National Law University. Next is RGNUL Punjab. There are four streams where Punjab offers you specialization, and constitutional law again is one of them. That is the reason the cutoff for RGNUL also goes higher as compared to other tier 2 NLUs. Because again, after Bhopal and Gujarat, for a student who want to pursue LLM in constitutional law, then Punjab is the third option after Bhopal and Gujarat. So that is the reason the cutoff may vary in case of RJNUL Punjab also. Punjab also offers you three other specializations, including business law, criminal law, and international law. Next is Nual's Kochi. Nual's Kochi is also considered to be a tier 2 NLU in India, and it offers specialization in international trade law and constitutional and administrative law only. But the problem with Noals is there is the maximum of the seats are vertically reserved in terms of people who belong to the domicile of Kerala itself. Like there is a special reservation for socially and economically backward class here in Noals Kochi. So a student who has an all India rank, who has an all India rank, the chances of getting into Nuals may vary because of the state domicile reservation available in the university. Next is NLUO, that is National Law University, Odisha. This college also offers two specializations, Constitutional and Administrative Law and Corporate and Commercial Law. NLUO's specialization of Constitutional and Administrative Law is considered to be one of the very good specialization in India because of the faculties present there and teaching this particular specialization. So if you are a student who want to pursue LLM in Constitutional and Administrative Law, then keeping NLUO as your option would be a very good choice, because the exposure to research here is very good in terms of constitutional administrative law, and there are very experienced faculties available in professors available in the college to teach the students of LLM, especially in terms of constitution and administrative law. The number of seats available in the general category, that is the all India category, is also pretty good in terms of in NLUO. So the cutoffs are again predictable, may vary because of the good exposure of constitutional and administrative law available in NLUO. Next is MNLU Mumbai. MNLU Mumbai offers specialization in three fields: corporate and commercial law, constitutional and administrative law, criminal and security law. MNLU Mumbai is not a very old university. It is established in the recent time only, but because of its locational advantage, MNLU Mumbai has taken a very good place in terms of ranking among all the national law universities in India. Plus, MNLU also has a specific EWS quota for the students of Maharashtra. So here, the chances of getting into MNLU for a student who is from EWS category as well as who has a domicile of Maharashtra is very high. A student who has both of these reservations available should definitely apply to MNLU, and the chances of getting MNLU is very high for a student who falls in any of the category mentioned in any of the category on which MNLU Mumbai offers reservation. Plus, opting for MNLU Mumbai would be a very good option amongst the tier 2 NLU because of the locational advantage and the kinds of specialization offered by MNLU Mumbai. Next is National University of Study and Research in Law, Ranchi. It also offers specialization in three specific fields: constitution law, business law, and IPR. Opting for Ranchi is also a good option when you want to pursue LLM in either of three. Plus, but getting into Ranchi is a difficult task, and the cutoff closing rank vary because of the less number of seats available in the case of all India unreserved seats. That is the general seats. Here the seats are available, but maximum of the seats are available on the basis of state quota. So getting Ranchi at an all India rank becomes difficult because of the less number of seats available in the college. Next is National Law University and Judicial Academy, Assam. Now, Assam offers you many specializations again, and after Hyderabad, there is an option. If a student want to pursue LLM in personal law, then Assam would be a good option for the student, because in personal laws there is very less option available in India, and Assam is one of them. Assam is one of the universities offering specialization in personal laws. Assam also offers specialization in constitution law, corporate and commercial law, IPR, human rights. And after HNLU, Assam is the university which is offering specialization in environmental law. No other national law university offers specialization in environmental law after HNLU. Assam is the one offering the same. Here also the number of seats available for general category is 15, and state reservation is also there. So a student who has a domicile of Assam can aim getting a seat in Assam if he wants to pursue LLM in any of these fields. Next is DSNLU Vishakhapatnam. Now here the only option available of specialization is commercial laws. Plus there is as you can see in the PPT, there is a high amount of seats available reserved for the state domicile persons in different categories, whether it be scheduled caste or other. They have different groups reservation also available, and there is reservation available to the children of armed personnel of Andhra Pradesh also. So getting a seat in the all India unreserved category is a little difficult here. Plus the options available for specialization is only commercial law. So while filling your preference, you should keep everything in mind and then fill your preference in the list. Next is the TNNL LU Tiruchirappalli. This is the university offers specialization in corporate and securities law, IPR, and natural resource law. No other national law university except TNNLU offers specialization in natural resources law. This university is a single national university which is offering specialization in this field. So if your interest is towards this particular course, then opting for this NLU will be a very good option for you, because only TNLU is offering you a specialization in this field, that is natural resource law. Next is Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur. Nagpur is also considered to be a very good option because of the specializations they offer, and there is a new specialization offered by Nagpur, that is energy and communication law, which is not offered by any other national law university. So if you're as a student you have inclination towards this field, then opting for Nagpur will be a very good option. Nagpur also offers specialization in personal laws. As I told earlier, Nalsar offers specialization, and then I discussed the same in Assam. Then Nagpur offers you specialization in personal law. So these two streams of Nagpur, that is personal law and energy and communication law, are two new different streams where you can opt for as your specialization in your LLM course. Next is MNLU Aurangabad. There are two specializations available here, that is constitutional law and commercial law. Again, there is a reservation of EWS for the students of Maharashtra available in MNLU Aurangabad, as I discussed in MNLU Mumbai. So again, getting a seat here for a student who belongs to Maharashtra is quite more, the chances are more high as compared to the other students having not having the domicile of Maharashtra. Next is Himachal Pradesh National Law University, Shimla. Before last year, Shimla used to take admission on a separate test, but from last year, Shimla has started taking admission from CLAT only, and it is offering two specializations, that is constitutional law and criminal law. Though Shimla falls in the third tier category, but Shimla NLU is performing well, and you can opt for LLM from there also. They have very good future prospects in case of constitutional law and criminal law. Now, coming to the counseling process has the invites for the counseling process has already been sent by the CLAD consortium on 6th of October, and now CLAD consortium will be allotting seats in three different provisional lists, and that will decide that at what rank which college will be closing. After the allocation of seat will be entirely based on the basis of the all India merit list, which was already disclosed by the CLAT consortium on 5th of October. And then the category reservations will also depend on the rank you have secured on your scorecard released by the CLAT consortium. So while filling your preferences, you should take into consideration the seats available in each of this tier 2 and tier 3 NLUs, and then fill your vacancies. That will increase your chances of cracking a seat in either any of these NLUs. The while filling preferences, please keep in mind the different reservations available in your category rank also, whether you belong to any either of the categories or you have state domicile quota of any of the states, as I discussed above, that each NLU has a state domicile seats also. So while filling the preference list, you should take into consideration all these factors and then fill the preference list. After the completion of this entire counseling process, after declaration of all the three provisional lists, again individual vacancies will be notified by each national law university, and for that purpose you have to visit the website of every national law university and follow the same. So don't feel disheartened if you do not get a seat and you do not grab a seat in either of the provisional list, because again following in the vacancies, there are chances that a cutoff may vary at the end. So thank you. I hope this video will be beneficial for all of you.